Welcome everyone to the 2-hour job search. My name is Dr. Lisa Andrews. I am Director of Integrated Career Development. Welcome to all of you. I see some familiar faces. Allow me, for those who don't know the letters behind my name, to explain. PhD is, of course, profusely high debt. CCC is Certified Career Counselor, and Certified Master of Career Services is the last certification that I have. So welcome to all of you. So I am sure that many of you are here because of the kind of curious title. Job searching can certainly be very overwhelming at times. It can seem as though, I'm sure many of you have experienced the kind of fact that you've sent out many applications and they seem to kind of go into a black hole. You sent out lots and lots of resumes to many different job search sites or many different websites, and you seem to get no response. They seem to go nowhere. And you really don't know what to do next. They seem to just fall into this black hole, and I can definitely understand that. What I'm hoping to teach you today is a much more targeted way to conduct your job search, and it should take about 2 hours. So, and what this is based upon is a book entitled The 2-Hour Job Search. It is by a gentleman by the name of Steve Dalton, who used to, I don't know if he's still there actually, work at the Duke University School of Business Career Center. So he is a colleague, wrote the book in 2010 and then updated it in 2020, I believe. So very well-respected book. It's been on the speaker tour. There was also a website, 2hourjobsearch.com. So I recommend the book. It's a short, easy read. This is taken directly from that book, and it's a technique I've been teaching for a long time, actually, really ever since the book came out. It's quite popular in my field. A lot of us as coaches teach the technique. So I will be showing you this technique, which is highly effective. Okay. So these are the basic steps of any job search process. Of course, you want to clarify your goal. You want to write your resume and targeted cover letters. You want to then prioritize your target employers, contact those target employers, recruit advocates to provide internal referrals, and then, of course, interview for positions and select your offer. Boom, that's your job search process, right? Today, we're going to focus upon the 3 steps in the middle here that are underlined: prioritizing those target employers, contacting those target employers, and recruiting advocates to provide internal referrals. So we're going to move away from that kind of what I call that spray and pray approach, which is sending out lots of resumes and hoping something happens. This is a much more sort of targeted approach to job searching that shouldn't take you, that's putting together a strategy that should take you about 2 hours to initiate. Okay, so let's get started. Now, I'm sure you've all maybe seen or at least heard of the show on television called The Bachelor and/or The Bachelorette. Now, as a job searcher, you may feel as though you're on this program, but you may feel like one of the contestants as opposed to the person who is actually the bachelor or the bachelorette, where you're the contestant and there are 30 other potential contestants vying for that job, which is the bachelor or the bachelorette, right? So you're all competing against each other for that one coveted job, and you're all trying to differentiate yourself somehow to get the attention of that bachelor or that bachelorette, i.e. that employer or that employerette, okay? What you want to do is flip the script and turn yourself into the bachelor or the bachelorette, where you are collecting a large number of preliminary candidates, i.e. employers, You're narrowing them down by collecting key pieces of information about each one. You're focusing primarily on the strongest ones and then choosing those to do your outreach. And to do this, you want to use what I'm calling, or what Steve is calling, the LAMP method, okay? The LAMP list. So you're flipping the script. You are becoming the bachelor and the bachelorette. You're not one of these many contestants who's using this highly competitive, in a pool of many, but you're flipping the script and becoming the bachelor, becoming the bachelorette by using this LAMP method. And LAMP stands for list, advocacy or alumni, motivation, and posting. And this is what it looks like. So what you're going to be, and this is directly from the 2hourjobsearch.com. You can download a template so you don't have to create the spreadsheet on your own. If you want to create your own Excel spreadsheet, you certainly can, but you can download this from Steve's website, the 2hourjobsearch.com. You're going to be creating this spreadsheet where you have the list, advocacy, motivation, and posting. And we're going to go through these one by one, and I'm going to break these down for you. Okay, first list, and this is going to take about 40 minutes, okay? You're going to generate a list of 40 employers or more, but 40 is really the minimum. And what this list is going to consist of is dream employers, about 10. Now, dream employers are just, employers you would think of off the top of your head in terms of employers you always kind of wanted to work for. Now, if I asked you to generate a list of your favorite sodas, you probably think of maybe Coke, Pepsi, Sprite, Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb, and those employers. These are the ones that really come to mind right away when you think of your favorite soda, okay? Now, you want to generate those, about 10 of them, okay? The next one would be alumni employers. So these would be employers where we have Georgetown or other alumni, because you may have other schools that you've gone to. So these would be employers where there are alumni. And we'll also put that on the side burner as well. And we're going to come back to that. And the way you find those would be through LinkedIn, through Hoya Gateway, through Google searching, through website searches on the Georgetown website, because Georgetown website keeps track of where alumni have gone. So these are employers where there are alumni, and you want to generate about 10 of those. The next thing you want to do is go to a website such as Indeed. And the reason you want to choose Indeed, because it's basically like what and where. That's all you have to enter. And you want to look at which employers are hiring, but do not fall into the trap of starting to click on interesting positions. This is kind of like packing up your house to move and looking through old photo albums. You know how fast you can get sidetracked doing that. So don't click on any postings right now. Just look at companies who are posting positions, and also put that on the side burner because we're going to get back to that as well. So you want to look at about 10 of those and generate those. And you're just listing them like company A, company B, company C, company D in that first column. And then you want to look at kind of less obvious employers as well, because remember, if you look at kind of the generate a list of employers in the US, let's just say, kind of 99% of them are small employers, okay? We all hear about the ones that are on the news all the time, like Coke, Pepsi, Sprite, Mr. Pibb, and so forth. But really 99% of employers are small employers, less than 1,000 employees. So really, knowing about these small employers gives you more of an opportunity to work for them because there's a lot less competition. Not a lot of people are applying for these smaller employers, so it gives you a lot more opportunity to work for them. So less obvious employers found through industry trends. So if you are interested in data analytics, this is where you can start Googling. So Google data analytics trends and see what companies come up, okay? So about 10 of those as well. And of course, this number can flex. So you can find maybe 7 dream employers and 15 less obvious employers. You can also look on Indeed for companies, and then once you search a list of dream employers, you can look at kind of adjacent employers or competitors to Coke. There may be, smaller soda brands that are trying to get into the Coke market and take market share away from them. But again, no researching just yet, only listing. So that's your list. So that's going to take about 40 minutes. So we'll take some time to generate this list. And that's your L column. The next column is your A column. And this is what Steve in his original book called the alumni column. But really, the A column is alumni / advocate or advocacy column. This is about 10 minutes. And this is really any contact who is sympathetic to your cause and can advocate and may advocate on for your eventual recruitment, okay? And this is just a yes or no column. So for example, you can use LinkedIn, you can use Hoya Gateway, which if you don't know about that is a kind of an alumni database. If you're not already signed up, immediately after hanging up this call, go to Hoya Gateway and sign up. You're all entitled to it. It's free. It's a database where you can get connected with other alums. So very great resource that you should take advantage of. Look at Facebook, other social media channels to look up other advocates and connect with them, okay? So again, this is a yes or no column. So for Company A, you want to look to see if there are any advocates or alumni, people that you know or that are alumni that you may not know yet, but they're definitely a warm contact and alumni that work at Company A or have worked in the past at Company A. So that's a yes or no column. Are there alums or advocates or are there not? So that takes about 10 minutes. Again, easy research here. Use your investigative skills. The next column is motivation, M. And this is really about 5 minutes. So you want to rate your level of motivation to pursue each employer on your list on a scale of 1 to 5, using only the information you know about each employer right now, okay? So favorite employers are a 5, okay? Least favorite are a 2. 1 is for employers you know nothing about, okay? So that could be those little known or the trending employers that you haven't really done any research on yet. And no outside research is allowed just yet, okay? Not even like location, all right? We don't even want, just motivation for right now, okay? So just using the information you know about these employers right now. Favorite employers are a 5, least favorite are 2, and 1 is for employers you know nothing about and no research is allowed just yet. Because we want to, again, 5 minutes, we just want to get through this. And so we want to rate on a scale from 1 to 5. The last column is P, and that is for postings. And this is about a 15-minute process. So again, you want to go back to Indeed.com. And what you'll do is search for postings at your target companies, which is your L column. But again, don't click on them. Remember the photo album example. Okay, this can go down a hairy road where, you bring out those photo albums while you're moving and then you wind up like 3 hours later not packing anything, okay? Use like strategic ignorance, okay? Willingly ignore interesting information for now. So like at your dream company, you may find like a really cool position, but for now, just set it aside. And you wanna rate postings on a 3-point scale, okay? A 1 would be there's no postings at all, okay? You can't find any postings for company A, let's say. Okay, a 2 is any postings at all. Okay, there are postings there. And a 3 for relevant postings. Okay, so you want to you can modify your search terms here. So you can search by company and then, function like data analytics, or you can say, you know, database designer to get a little more specific, to get those relevant postings, to get the threes. Okay, so you're going to do ones, twos, or threes here. And again, that will give you your LAMP list, your L's, your A's, your M's, and your P's. So remember, you'll have your list of companies 1 through 40. You'll have your advocates, yes or no. You'll have your motivations 1 through 5, and then you'll have your postings 1 through 3. Now, your next steps are going to be to sort. So I'm sure all of you in this group are fairly familiar with the advanced sort function in Excel. So you want to do a sort by. So then what will come up on the sort by is you have the opportunity to sort on multiple categories at once. So you want to sort in this order. First, you want to sort by motivation. So you want to sort by the motivation column. And you want to sort largest to smallest. So your 5s will come up first in your search. So you want to search motivation largest to smallest. So 5s will come up first, 1s will come up smallest second. Then you want to, because remember, this is a detailed search, a detailed sort. So you want to next search for postings. So search by postings largest to smallest. So that will be a 3 to a 1. Then you want to search reverse alphabetically Z to A by alumni advocacy. So that, of course, will give you your Y's first to your N's. Okay, so you'll have your motivation, posting, advocacy, or alumni. Then you can change your motivation scores as desired based upon your, so you can do like a 4.5 if you want, or a 3.5 based on job posting quality, the alumni advocacy context, or any additional research of unknown employers, and then sort again. Okay, so this is where you can kind of go down that photo album rabbit hole a little bit once you have your list sorted. Okay, so once your list is sorted, at that point, you can start to see where the list shook out and do additional research to adjust those motivation scores, because it's from the list that shakes out is where you're going to target then your outreach, your advocacy. So what you're going to do then is start your contact. So the LAMP list is now done. You have your LAMP list. It's now sorted. Now begins the fun stuff. This is where you're going to start your contacts. So you're going to identify your top priority, top 5 employers. Okay. And this is 20 minutes. Okay. Now, if they have no's, ends in that alumni or advocacy column, try to convert them to Y's using other databases or sources, okay? And what you're going to be doing, if they don't already have Y's, try to convert them to Y's somehow. And you'll want to reach out to them by email or InMail. And I'll talk about that a little bit, how to exactly do that and that will take about 20 minutes. And then you'll want to track them. And this will take about 10 minutes to set up calendar reminders, to do follow-ups, schedule informational interviews, and so on. And then you'll want to initiate contact with new target employers. So you'll go down the list, target 1, target 2, target 3, target 4, target 5, and you'll keep on going down the list farther and farther and farther. But of course, you want to really focus on that top 5 and work through that top 5 and keep on going as you filter through that top 5, okay? So you want to keep going beyond your top 5 whenever a booster has been identified, and a booster is someone that's like a yes alum or advocate that has been identified. Okay, so you go, once you've identified them and they've been contacted, so they've been identified, so you've got them in the pipeline, or when an employer is just completely ruled out, just move on, or time permits. Okay, so you want to just keep the process moving. Now, the 5-point email, okay? I know you're like me. When you get an email and it's too long, you really don't want to read it, or you're probably just not going to read it at all. So that's why I'm saying it really has to be fewer than 100 words, especially if it's brought up on your phone, okay? Because you want it to really be on one screen. And I'm going to show you an example. Now, no mention of jobs anywhere, subject or body, unless you've already applied to a job there, in which case you've already applied, so you're going to mention it, okay? The reason you don't want to mention jobs anywhere in the subject or body is because it's obvious, okay? The person knows you're reaching out to them because you want to know about jobs. So you don't need to mention it. It's obvious, okay? Also, the connection goes first. You want to generalize your interest, and then you maintain control of the follow-up, okay? So that's your 5-point email or in-mail if you're going to be using LinkedIn. And I should mention here, and I mentioned it in my last, in my LinkedIn workshop as well, if you attended that, and I don't get a commission from this, but if you are actively job searching, upgrade to LinkedIn Premium because you get 5 free in-mails a month. Well, you're paying for it, but you get 5 in-mails a month. And that's really, really important because if you're not a direct connection with someone, you can't in-mail them. So I would advocate for upgrading to LinkedIn Premium. Your first 30 days are free. So if you've identified your 5 targets, you can talk to them in that first 30 days and hopefully exchange emails and then move on from there. Okay, so, oh, and I see a typo. Wow, bad, Lisa, bad. Here is an example of a 5-point email. Okay, your subject, Georgetown SCS student seeking your advice. See, nothing about jobs. Dear Mr. Jones, my name is Lisa Andrews, and I'm a data analytics student who found your name in the Georgetown University Hoya Gateway database. May I have 20 minutes to ask you about your experience with IBM? I am trying, please don't have a typo, to learn more about marketing careers at technology companies in North Carolina, and your insights would be very helpful. I recognize this may be a busy time for you, so if we are unable to connect by email, I'll try to reach you next week to see whether that is more convenient. Thank you for your time, Lisa. So boom, less than 100 words, no mention of jobs anywhere, mentioning the contact, boom, right away. Georgetown University, Hoya Gateway database, we're both on the database, so no problem there. You know, mentioning that connection right away. Generalized interest, and you maintain control of the follow-up. I will follow up with you, no worries, I'm putting it all on me. So that's a perfect 5-point email. And then next step. So once you have those advocates, okay, you want to recruit those. So the advocate themselves may not have a direct referral, but you want to try to recruit them to provide that internal referral. So they may not work at IBM anymore, but they may have a connection. They may have an internal referral, because it's the internal referrals that get you the eventual interviews. So that, again, going back to the black hole, that spray and pray approach, it unfortunately just doesn't work. Again, think of The Bachelorette. There are all these people. Once a job gets posted, they get hundreds of applications. You need to differentiate yourself. And the way you differentiate yourself is that A column, the advocates, the alumni, the connections. So finding those boosters, the people that can help move you forward, get you those internal referrals, okay? So next steps, do your research. Conduct 15-minute informational interviews. That's through those boosters, through those internal referrals. Do your research, 15 minutes of research prior to the informational interview. Look at their LinkedIn profile, Google them. 30 minutes per informational interview. This could be Zoom, this could be via coffee, and then of course, follow up, and then repeat, go back to your list, to your LAMP list, target the employer, send the email, follow up. Go back to your calendar invites, or go back to your calendar tickler where you sent the email. Now you're going to follow up, go back to that LAMP list and just repeat. So this is your process. Okay. Again, job searching can have a demoralizing component to it, I will admit. Okay, so try to stay positive in your search. Okay, if rejected, there may be external factors such as an internal candidate. Okay, focus on your own skills and qualifications. The right position is out there for you. It's just a matter of matching yourself to it. Stay focused on the future. Keep organized with checklists. You have your LAMP list, create additional tabs on that LAMP list to stay focused and stay organized, and try to keep a sense of humor as well. And try to have someone to keep you accountable. That person could be me as a career coach. It could be a friend, it could be a partner, a job search partner, it could be a romantic partner, anyone, to try to keep you accountable and keep you focused as well. And I credit Rakaya Wilson for this, this graphic here. She's on the call, I believe, today. She is one of my colleagues here at Georgetown, who has come up with this graphic to put our LAMP list in perspective here. And just want to wrap up, just let you know that Lifetime Career Services are available to you as students and alums. The one-on-one unlimited career coaching with me, these workshops, access to Handshake, which is an online jobs database. And if you connect with me, I can let you know how to sign up for that. Other events with employers that I'm putting together. So, please feel free to take advantage of my services. Also, please connect with us via social media. We have lots of information out there to keep you informed of what's going on. So if you want to take a picture of that. And if you want to get on my calendar, you can use my Calendly link, and I'll once I stop the recording, I can put this in the chat as well, or you can email me directly if you have a question and didn't want to ask it here publicly. I can certainly answer it privately. That's fine as well. All right, I will go ahead and stop the recording and go to Q&A.